Good morning, O'Neill. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. We are ready for our last full week of in-person school. It's going to be a great week of learning and reflecting and having fun. And so that is the big reminder to everyone is that Friday, May 28th will be our last day of in-person instruction. So we'll have Memorial Weekend and then we come back for virtual learning on June 1st and 2nd. And so please remember to continue to log in and learn. If you're a distance student already, this is like no problem for you. But for our in-person students, we are getting new bathrooms in our school. We are getting all the pipes ripped up with our water pipes, new pipes, and new bathrooms for our students. So that's going to look fabulous. And then starting on Monday, they are putting in our new library. So that's going to be very exciting as well. And we hope to have fun picnics or craft activities and different things like that this week as well. But we need to continue to remember to keep our masks on. At school, we need to make sure that we are being safe and keeping others safe around us. At the elementary level, 5 years old to 11, we do not have vaccines. And so our students here at this school are continuing to be vulnerable to any kind of COVID illness. So we need to make sure we're continuing to wear our masks, wash our hands, and social distance. So please remember to do that. And cover your nariz. That's what I tell all the kids. Cover your nose. We need to make sure we're covering everything. All right. Well, and that being said, since there is a lot of things coming back that we haven't had in over a year and a half, we can be a little anxious about that, but we can also be a little overexcited about what's going on. And so the book I want to read to you today is called The Great Realization, and it's by Thomas Roberts. And it's based on an inspiring online poem. And when I read this, it kind of made me think about things that we've taken for granted and things that, yes, this pandemic has been horrible in so many different ways, but it's also had us learn a little bit more too about ourselves. So let's read The Great Realization. There we go. Tell me the one about the virus again, then I'll go to bed. But my boy, you're growing weary, sleepy thoughts about your head. Please, that one's my favorite, I promise, just once more. Take me back to 2020. That's all I'm asking for. So students, you never know. You might be telling your own children about the crazy 2020s. And this is might how it goes. Okay, snuggle down, my boy. Though I know full well the story starts before then, in a world I once would dwell. It was a world of waste and wonder, of poverty and plenty, back before we understood why hindsight is 2020. You see, the people came up with companies to trade across all lands, but they swelled and got much bigger than we ever could have planned. We always had our wants, but now it got so quick. You could have anything you dreamed of in a day with a click. Amazon, I'm guilty. We noticed families had stopped talking. That's not to say they never spoke, but the meaning must have melted and the work-life balance broke. Yeah. And the children's eyes grew squarer. Every toddler had a phone. They filtered out the imperfections, but amidst the noise, they felt alone. Every day the skies grew thicker till you couldn't see the stars. So we flew in planes to find them, while down below we filled our cars. We'd drive around all day in circles. We'd forgotten how to run. We swapped the grass for tarmac, shrunk the parks till there were none. We filled the sea with plastic, 'cause our waste was never capped. Until each day when you went fishing, you pulled them out already wrapped. And while we drank and smoked and gambled, our leaders taught us why it's best not to upset the lobbies, more convenient to die. But then in 2020, a new virus came our way. The governments reacted, told us all to hide away. But while we all were hidden amidst the fear, and all the while, we dusted off our instincts. We remembered how to smile. We started clapping to say thank you. Calling up our moms. And while the car keys gathered dust, we could look forward to our runs. And with the skies less full of voyagers, the earth began to breathe, and the beaches bore new wildlife that scuttled off into the seas. Some people started dancing. Some were singing. Some were baking. We'd grown so used to bad news, but there was good news in the making. Old habits became extinct, and they made way for new. And every simple act of kindness was now given its due. And so we found the cure and were allowed to go outside. We all preferred the world we found to the one we'd left behind. But why did it take a virus to bring the people back together? Well, sometimes you get sick, my boy, before you start feeling better. So I lie down and dream of tomorrow and all the things that we can do. And who knows, if you dream hard enough, maybe some of them will come true. We now call it the Great Realization. And yes, since then, there have been many. But that's the story of how it started and why hindsight is 2020. It's quite interesting. It makes me think of how I think in our own lives, we need to have that balance. And that's what May's Quantum Keys has been all about, making sure we're working hard and striving for success, but also remembering happiness and kindness. And I hope this summer You get opportunities to get outside and play and garden and go to the pool or just take a nice, fun hike. And just always remember, we love you. And we'll be here back again in 2020, all in person. And I can't wait to see all of you. And I hope you have a magnificent Monday.